Tell me about your role and background at Liberty Utilities.
Well, I have been a customer advocate forever. Right out of university, I started in customer service, and I think unique to many people in the utility space, I actually worked in a variety of different industries first. So I've worked in telecom, banking, technology, and then I found myself at Liberty Utilities 5 years ago, and I'm the Director of Customer Experience Strategy. So I have the great privilege to look to the future and say, what do we want to look like when we grow up, and what's the roadmap that we're going to follow, and what stepping stones are we taking along the way?
Tell me more about your roadmap.
We're a company that's done a ton of growth in the last, when I started with the company 5 years ago, we had about 80,000 water customers in Arizona, 40,000 electric customers in California, and we had a pending acquisition in New Hampshire and in the mid-states. And since then, we've completed 7 acquisitions. We're upwards of 780,000 customers. So the roadmap is a little bit like changing the tires while driving. So building the foundation while also looking forward. Our roadmap, I'm a pretty simple gal, and way back in the 50s or 60s, there was a big sociology study about what customers want. I think it was the Sears-Roebuck study, but I'm not sure. And they came back and they said customers want 4 things. They want fast, friendly, accurate service, and when they make a mistake, they want an apology. And I think that's a philosophy that I've kept throughout my entire time in working with customers. Even as you think about technology changing, at the core of it, whether it's delivered digitally or on the phone or live through a walk-in center, customers do want those things. Uber's success is because it's easy to use. Apple's success is because it's easy to use. It doesn't make mistakes. If you get that from a customer when you meet with them face to face, when your bank does everything right, you're a satisfied customer. So that's the philosophy, and that's the journey that we're on, is to try to make every one of those experiences one in which we meet those attributes and those targets.
How are you thinking about centralization versus what you do locally?
I guess I get pretty excited about this piece because I think it's a bit unique to the Liberty view. So underneath our Liberty Utilities, we have a bit of a tagline that says local, responsive, we care. And I think what's really interesting about that is that for any customer interaction, we really would prefer to put that as local as possible. So we like it best that our employees can live and serve in the communities where they work. But we also know that to be efficient and continually drive forward, we probably want to leverage technology and all the benefits that it can give you. So we have centralized technology solutions with locally deployed offices. And I think we really let technology, with new technology, you can be anywhere, right? You don't have to be in an office, you don't have to be in a big call center. You can be at your home or in a small local office. A lot of our acquisitions have targeted small to mid-sized cities in the US, and it's just a great model, right? You're bringing back that local office. If you want to go and talk to somebody about putting in a new gas line or maybe a bill or a challenging situation, we encourage you to come into our office and talk to our customer service reps and deal with you face to face. And if you have a more straightforward transaction, then by all means go and deal with it digitally or whatever you choose and when you choose it. So that's the path we're trying to get to. We're not there yet. We're on a journey.
In order to achieve consistency, you got to give up a certain amount of control. How do you get the organization comfortable with that?
We want to deliver a consistent service because I think customers appreciate that level of consistency, right? They want to know what to expect, when to expect it. A little story I like to tell is when I was a kid, I backpacked through Europe, and you're a lost child in a foreign land with a foreign language, and the greatest thing for me was to see those golden arches because I could order French fries, and those French fries from McDonald's, they taste the same everywhere in the world. So that level of consistency is comforting. It was, felt safe, felt reliable. So some of the key things that we want to do as a utility is that safety and reliability. And so providing a consistency around how we deliver some of those core aspects of our business is really, really important. On the core product and delivery, so on the business critical items, we really do want to be consistent, right? We want to adhere to any of the guidelines. We want to be safe. We want to be reliable. We want clean drinking water. All of that stuff is where we offer consistency. But where we can maybe make it a bit more of a personal experience, we try to do that.
Consistency means you got to get employees to change what they're doing. How do you achieve that?
I have to say the senior team does a great job getting out there, and one of the things we do whenever there's a new acquisition is they actually go out and serve food. And it might seem like a kind of a goofy thing, but people tend to unite around the family table and around food. But part of that is also because we're not afraid to get our hands dirty and serve the people that we're asking to serve our customers. So I think that's one way just to kind of break down the barriers, let them know that we're here to work together, communicate, have a common vision about what you want to do and how you want to do it. I mean, I think we're fortunate because, because of the local model that we have, I think people are excited about some of the prospect of us coming on board. Most of the companies that we've had an opportunity to work with or that we've acquired, the employees share common values. I'm a pretty simple gal, so just as I talk to fast, friendly, accurate service as a company, I think you and I want common things as an employee, right? We want to be treated with respect. We want to be able to trust what's being said. We want integrity. And I think we do that by trying to communicate often and honestly about what we're doing.
Describe the heart of your employees.
It's funny, I think that when I first thought about it and think about the heart of an employee, I think it's about our employees are, just because we're in the community too, they end up being our friends, our family, our neighbors. And if you think about how you want to treat those people, that's the heart of the employees. So I think our employees tend to be very committed. It's amazing to see the slight nuances across the country that you actually see and the passion that they have for the customers that they support. And one of the challenges coming in to new regions is that they've got very strong views about how to treat their customers, and that's awesome. I hope we can embrace that, because that's what makes them special and makes them unique and kind of lets them share their family with you.
You've worked in many industries. What's special about utilities?
I think we're on the first few miles of a really long journey. I think we have a lot to do in really creating the kind of experience that I'd like to see happen, but we're on that journey. And so to me, this is the age of the utility. This is the time where the utilities are really moving from the sort of staid, big old beast to something that can be dynamic, that customers can input to, that are innovative. It's actually phenomenal, their sort of influence and capability that's out there now. And so it's a bit of a precipice where they need to decide: are they going to stay and be the big old staid ones, or are they actually going to take the leap of faith, move forward? Are they going to jump to the cloud? Are they going to introduce, allow their customers to put all that control in the customer's hand? I don't know, it's a really, really exciting time. So I think being able to take all that brain power of all these people who've worked in this business for such a long time and then kind of morph it and tweak it into the future is pretty exciting.